welcome. My name is Katherine. Welcome to Hatha Flow. Today you are going to need a blanket of some sort, something to lift your hips a little higher than your knees, pad your knees if needed, potentially a strap if you have trouble binding your hands, interlacing your hands behind you and keeping the heads of the shoulders back. You might even want even to sit on a block or a pillow, just depends on what's going on in your body today. But we're going to start seated in Sukhasana, cross-legged position, and just check, are your hips higher than your knees in this position? If they're not, like my knees are higher. So I'm going to grab a block and just get a little bit higher. Now I'm going to sit cross-legged. And in this cross-legged position, have your knees somewhat over your heels. So sometimes if you'd like to sit with your knees wide, please have a little bit of a tighter cross. And then feeling your rear on whatever you're sitting on. You can rest your hands on your thighs. Let's just take a few deep breaths together. Welcoming yourself to your practice. Welcome. And then start to roll your shoulders. Just noticing what direction you're rolling your shoulders. We're going to reverse it in a minute, but nice and slow circles. And then go opposite direction. And then I'd like you to roll your shoulders one more time by pushing them forward, up to the ears, and then back, and then let them settle down so that the shoulder blades are flattening on the back. Draw your tummy in a little bit to help support a long spine, and drop your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, rolling left ear to left shoulder. Let your head be heavy. Feel the stretch on the right side of the neck. Breathing slowly here. Even let your jaw open. So the right shoulder is heavy, moving away from that ear. And then with the next exhale, rolling the chin down to the chest. Keep sitting tall. On your next exhale, move again, rolling right ear to right shoulder. And then hang out here. And playing around with the jaw position. You could even push your bottom jaw forward. Maybe you'd feel a nice stretch through the neck and even into the jaw. Let the face be soft as you keep the head heavy to the right. Left ear is heavy towards the floor. Left shoulder, that is, excuse me. Keep sitting tall. One more round of breath here. Good, and then rolling chin back down to chest. Head, come on up. Good. Now go ahead and remove whatever you're sitting on so that, you might want to sit a little bit on the blanket, but the hips don't have to be higher than the knees here. I want you to feel somewhat grounded. We're going to move through a flow to help open up the shoulders, the spine. Maybe you'll feel it in the neck as well. Recross your legs, opposite foot in front. Right hand to the floor, walking it away from the body. Inhale, reaching right arm up. Sink down through that left hip. And rotate your heart slightly to the ceiling. So you can kind of look towards the ceiling too, if that's okay for your neck. Your bottom shoulder, wrap that shoulder blade down away from the ear. I kind of bend my right elbow a little bit here, the bottom elbow, to help do that. One more inhale, feel the length on the left side. And then bring the back of the left hand to the top of the opposite knee. So the left arm's going to be straight. And then I'm gonna bring my right hand back behind me, turn it into a twist, looking over right shoulder. Lift your heart space away from your belly button. Soften your face. Left arm, that front arm is straight and strong. And then keep everything that's going on, but just turn your head to look over the left shoulder. Keep your tummy in a little bit. As we reach the back arm, that's your right one, reach it up, and then take a side bend over your left knee. So over that opposite knee. So you're keeping front arm like a lever. Feeling the stretch now, moving to the right side of the body, right side of the, what is it, rib cage rather. Good. And then place the back of the right hand on opposite knee. So here you are, you're all crisscross. Good. And then drop your chin to your chest, round your upper back, releasing the thoracic spine. And let's move this into eagle arms. So Garudasana arms, you're going to bring the backs of the hands or the palms together, squeeze the elbows, and then chin to chest, slowly roll up, lifting the head. So now you're in a seated, a long spinal position. And then I'd like you to tilt your hands to the right a little bit and tilt your head to the left. And let the head lean back a little bit. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Good, come on back through center. Release the arms. Take a few rounds of breath. Second side, left hand, side of the mat, walk it away. Inhale, reach right arm up. Bend that bottom elbow to help wrap that bottom shoulder down away from the ear as you sink down through the right hip and reach that top arm out of the right hip. Rotate your heart towards the ceiling as you gaze up, if that's okay for your neck. One more round of breath in this position. Okay, top arm comes to the outside of opposite knee. So use it like a lever. You're going to come up, vertical spine, top arm straight. Take it into a twist, left arm behind you. And I'm pressing my front hand, the back of my front hand, into the outside of that knee to help rotate the spine a little bit more. Just a little gentle encouragement, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, looking over that left shoulder. Continue looking behind you for about one more breath or so. Now keep the twist, head turns to look over right shoulder. With an inhale, back arm reaches up, side bend over opposite knee. Keep rooted through the hips. Now the back of your top hand is going to come to the outside of the opposite knee. Square your hips and shoulders. Drop your chin to your chest. Round your upper back a little bit. Breathing into the back of your heart. Eagle arms. Backs of the hands or palms together. You're still curled up into a little ball, and then you're going to uncurl. Inhaling, rolling up, uncurling. Squeezing the elbows slightly together. Tilt the hands to the left. Head tilts right. Relax the shoulders away from the ears a little bit. And if, like, for whatever reason, you're like, this is not relaxing, my shoulders are earrings right now, no problem. Just stay in eagle arms. You can even do this for eagle arms too. You don't even have to do any of this fancy head tilting stuff. This is only if it feels accessible, it feels healthy. As always, it's kind of like do Do what feels right for you in this moment. Take what you like, leave the rest. One more breath in. And then exhale, release. A few rounds of breath, just noticing. Good. So, Ayurveda is a sister science to yoga. And I was listening to this Ayurvedic podcast recently, and it was talking about how the energies they call like the winds of the bodies can get disturbed. The energy of the body gets disturbed and it disturbs the mind, and vice versa. And different ways to like avoid disturbing the mind. And he was talking particularly about anxiety and fear. Um, and he got really elaborate, but when he got down to it, he at the end of it was like, the ancient scriptures, uh, at the end all be all of it is just say the name of God, he said. And I thought that was so sweet. And I think regardless of whatever your belief systems are, um, you know, he was saying Rama, because Rama is a reincarnation of Vishnu, and that is in line with Hinduism. That's in, wrapped up in all of this. But um, what I'm saying is that you don't have to believe in any of that. I think you could just actually just say an inner mantra of something that brings you peace. Like it could just be peace, peace, or joy, joy. Or if you have some faith that is inspirational to you, you could say that. So as we move through our practice today, hopefully there'll be some challenging aspects to it. And if it's meaningful to you, you could, in your mind or out loud, chant the name of something that is inspirational to you. So to begin, let's come onto our hands and knees, and I'd like you to face the long edge of your mat. Feel free to put a blanket underneath your knees to pad them if they're a little bit tender this morning. We will be doing some knee stuff. So coming onto hands and knees, we'll do a little bit of cat-cow. Inhale, coming into cow, lifting the head and tail. Exhale, rounding in the back. Let's do that a few more times. Inhaling, cow pose. Exhaling, cat. Keep going. And then come to a neutral spine, and we'll do a lateral side bend. So a lateral kind of cat-cow rather. So on an exhale, look over left shoulder, try to draw your left hip towards your left shoulder as you look over it. And then inhale, come back through center. Exhale, looking over right shoulder. Inhale back through center. Let's do that once more on either side. Good, and then come in to a child's pose. Heels, rear onto heels, walk the hands forward, release your head down to the floor. Good, and then come on up to Vajrasana. You're gonna be sitting on the heels. So we're gonna come into Vajrasana flow. We're gonna come up and down. On an inhale, come up onto the knees, reach the arms up. On the exhale, dive down, heart leads, forehead gently taps the floor in front of you as you stack your palms face up on the sacrum. On the inhale, lifting the heart, reaching up towards the sky. Good, keep moving with your breath, exhaling, and I can show you the side view. Exhaling. Kicking into the floor as you come up. Hopefully you're feeling some strength in your hamstrings and your glutes as you do this. Good. And then next time you come on up, reach up, interlace your fingers if you can, and extend your left foot out to the left. Have your heel in line with your standing knee. And then right hand comes to the floor in line with the heel and the knee as well. So you're kind of on a line here, and you're going to start to circle your top arm, any direction, just start to circle it. Nice and slow. I invite you to even slow down a little bit more so you can really feel all the different sensations that occur in your body and your shoulder and your arm as you do this. And then go the other direction. And then pause with the left arm up, straight up towards the sky, vertical. Gaze at your bottom hand. Broaden your chest, soften your jaw, soften your face. Round of breath here. Good. And then both hands back to the floor. Come back into Vajrasana. And inhale, reach up. We'll go through that flow. Exhale, forehead gently taps down. Palms stack face up on the sacrum. Kick into that floor. Feel your glutes work. Maybe even firm them up a little bit as you do this. Hinging at the hip crease as you come down. Next time you reach up, interlace the fingers if you can. Extend your index finger and shoot opposite foot out. That's the right one. Left hand comes to the floor. Hand, knee, foot, all in alignment as you circle. Top arm. Going nice and slow, noticing the sensations that occur in your shoulder and body as you move. And then go the other direction. Pressing that right foot into the floor. Bottom hand, the fingers are spread. And then pause with the right arm vertical. Gazing at your bottom hand, heads turned, broad chest. Feel your breath. Good. Okay. Both hands to the floor now, knees to the floor. Let's come into downward dog. You can move your blanket aside if you were using it. Spread those fingers really wide. Come into stillness here for a few rounds of breath as you, it's almost like you're making an imprint on the mat with both your feet, your hands, the base of your fingers, releasing the heels down any amount that feels healthy. And then inhale forward into plank pose. And exhale back into downward dog. Inhaling into plank. Exhaling into downward dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale to dog. Right leg backing up, three-legged dog. On an inhale, come into a three-legged plank, or let me see. The right leg stays up, you're coming into one-leg plank. And then exhale, lift that right leg backing up. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, three-legged down dog. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, dog. And then stepping right foot forward, left foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Palms together in front of your heart, feel your breath. Good, and you could start now if there's something inspirational that you'd like to chant internally or externally to yourself. And we'll do a half sun salutation. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to thighs or shins. Spine is extended. Exhale, back to the floor. Inhale, sweep up, reach up. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold down, step back into downward dog. And then once again, we'll go through that three-legged dog to three-legged plank. We'll inhale, left leg back it up. Stay here for an exhale. Inhale, come forward. Left leg stays up, you're in a plank. And exhale back to dog. Left leg stays lifted. Inhale, plank. Left leg still up. Exhale, dog. Legs up. One more time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Step your left foot forward, right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart. Sun salutation. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold, left foot back. High lunge, reach up on the inhale. Exhale, hands down, step back, downward dog. Inhale, come into plank. On the exhale, lower to floor, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, dog. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, high lunge. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to the floor, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Second side, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, high lunge, right foot back. Reach up on the inhale. Exhale, both hands to the floor, downward dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, step it forward for a high lunge, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, stand up. Exhale, palms together in front of you. Take a breath. Okay, inhale, arms up overhead. You can interlace your fingers, extend your index finger. You're also welcome just to do V arms if that's a better fit. Shift the weight of your body onto your right foot as you rest your gaze on something eye level in front of you. And tree pose, no handsies, tree pose. So the foot can either come below the knee or above it. We'll just be here for a breath. And then step the left foot back behind you, warrior two. Rotate your palms towards the sky. Bend the elbows and kind of shimmy your shoulders down away from your ears. And then come into a bind. This is where you could grab a strap if you need to. Broad chest. Heart lifted. Stay connected to your feet as we broaden the chest here. Good. Side angle pose. Right elbow to right thigh, left arm over ear. You can keep the elbow here. Maybe you want to come bring hands to the floor. Your choice. We'll be here about 3 more breaths. Excellent. Step back into downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower it to the floor. Inhale, cobra or upward dog, your choice. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg back and up, 3-legged dog. Step the foot forward. Let's come into warrior two, second side. I'm just going to turn around the mat. Okay, Arms go left and right. Rotate the palms towards the sky. Bend the elbows, shimmy those shoulders away from the ears. And then find your mind. Feel your breath. So sometimes we accumulate neck and shoulder tension throughout our day simply by just not even noticing that we're feeling tense, and the energy just kind of bunches up into the neck and shoulders. So as we move through our practice, in addition to saying some inner mantra that is meaningful to you, if that's helpful, you could also just continue to check in, well, what's going on in my neck? Like, particularly as things maybe get a little bit challenging. Okay, side angle pose. Go ahead and release. Left elbow to left thigh or hand to floor. Outer edge of your back foot, that right one, pressing into the floor. Couple more breaths here. Good, and then you'll cartwheel your hands down to the floor, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Second side. Rest your gaze on something eye level in front of you. Shift the weight of your body to your left foot. Oh, let's lift those arms up as we do that. Arms are overhead for this one, right? And then tree pose. Foot either below or above the knee, but no handsies, can't pull it up. And then step that foot back, find your warrior two. Good, from here, let's come into Gomukhasana arms. You're gonna bend your right elbow. And now your fingertips could not be touching, mine aren't, or they could be touching. It's not a big deal. What I'm most interested in is that your right elbow is pointing towards the sky to the best of your ability. You're internally rotating that inner right arm, inner upper arm behind you. Good, and then release. Straighten your left leg. Let's come to Trikonasana, triangle pose. Leaning the head and heart back. And that top hip, it's okay if it comes forward a little bit. Let that come forward if it needs to. Now, from here, I'd like you to gaze at your foot and swing your top arm behind you. Imagine you're holding a plate in that right hand. And then you're going to try to serve that plate to someone behind you, like just on the other side of the back of your mat. You're going to reach it away. So hopefully you're once again feeling a stretch in the right side of the neck, feeling the breath. On your next exhale, go ahead and bring the hands back down to frame the front foot. Step back, downward dog. Now here you're welcome to stay in downward dog or flow through a vinyasa. We'll be back in down dog in just a round of breath. And on the next inhale, right leg backing up. Exhale, step that right foot forward. Warrior two. Okay, I'm gonna just turn around on my mat so I'm not facing the back wall. Gomukhasana, second side arms. Bending left elbow. Reaching the right hand back behind you. And as I do this, I actually internally rotate my right arm, bending it to help me move there. Maybe your fingers are just kind of tickling your back. Lifting and lengthening that left arm. And the inner left arm is moving back behind you. Head moving back a little bit. Last round of breath. Good. Go ahead and release. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Okay, now go ahead and head turns to look at your right foot. Top arm. Swing it back and towards that top hip. Palm will face up. Imagine you're holding a little platter here. So you're moving the top of the left shoulder away from the left ear. You're trying to reach that imaginary plate away from the left ear. Stay strong in the legs. Good, and then go ahead and release. Both hands to the floor, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Palms together, exhale, feel your breath. Good, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot back, land the left knee, coming into a low lunge, reach the arms up on an inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, let's meet on the floor. Let's come into Locust Pose, arms alongside the body. On an inhale, lifting arms and legs. Let's pause here. Broadening the chest, flattening the shoulder blades onto the back the best of your ability. You can rotate your palms here to face the floor. Feeling the hamstrings, the glutes work here. One more round to breath. And downward dog on the exhale. Inhale, left leg back and up. Exhale, come forward, step into a low lunge, reaching the arms up on the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms together. Good, let's just take a moment, take the feet wide and toes turning towards the long edge of the mat and take them wide. So bring your arms out left and right and see if you can take your feet as wide as your wrists. If you're like, no thanks, just try it for a little bit. If it doesn't work out, you can get more narrow. Good, and then hands to the hips and we'll take a forward fold. Pressing the outer edges of the feet and the balls of the feet into the floor. Spreading the toes on the mat. In this position, I'd like you to engage the muscles that would help you slide your feet together. Now, your feet aren't going to move anywhere, but I want you to try to imagine that you're going to try to slide them together, but they're glued. You're on a real sticky mat. Keep that and walk your hands over to your left foot. Keep hugging the inner thighs in. Feel your breath. And then walking the hands over to your right foot. Good. And then hands to hips. Come on up. We'll pivot to step to the front of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back. Come into a warrior two. I'm going to just turn around on my mat so I'm facing you. Warrior two. Rotate the palms towards the sky, bend the elbows. You've got two plates you're holding. Draw the shoulder blades back, lifting your heart. You just made something really beautiful for someone that you love. You've cooked something lovely in the kitchen, or maybe you've ordered out. Maybe you don't prefer to cook, but you have two plates of something delicious and lovely you're going to give to someone you love. Feel your heart open and shine. Maybe turning up the corners of your mouth. Good. And then we're going to transition into half moon pose. Great time to grab a block if you need it. Bring your right hand to your left hip. Step onto the left foot. Lifting your top leg. Right arm towards the sky. We'll be here for a handful of breaths. You can look down, you can look forward, you can look up. Another option would be sugarcane pose. You grab the top of the foot, Ardha Chandra Chapasana. Lift, kick that foot into the hand, feeling the stretch of the quad. What's going on in your neck? Good, and go ahead and release. Come back into that warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down. Let's move into downward dog. Feel free to hang out here or go through a vinyasa if you like. We'll meet back up in downward dog in a breath. Good, right leg backing up. Step the right foot forward. Coming into warrior two, second side. I'm going to turn around. So right foot forward, right knee bent. You've got your two platters. These offerings you're giving to a loved one. Tummy's drawing in. Feel connected to the earth through your feet. Broad chest. Keep the shoulder blades flattening onto the back as we move into a half moon pose. Maybe chanting that inner or outer mantra if that's helpful. Your mantra can even just be breathe in, breathe out. If you like, you could grab that back foot, sugar cane, kicking the back foot into the hand. One more round of breath. And then release back into warrior two, and then cartwheel those hands down. Let's step forward, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Think of 3 things that you are grateful for. Fabulous. Let's come on to the floor. Come on to your back. Okay, so options here. We're going to do bridge pose. If you like wheel and you want to go into wheel, you can do that. We're going to do bridge, then either bridge again or wheel, your choice. So feet on the floor for bridge pose, knees bent. And for this bridge, try taking your feet a little bit wider than your hips. I know it's kind of like it's not everyone cues like that, but I'm hoping it's going to help you work your butt a little bit more and your hamstrings a little bit more. So as you're ready, hips lift. Please keep your gaze on the ceiling as you do this. Options: you could grab the edges of your mat underneath you with your hands and try to rip it apart, or interlace the fingers underneath you, walking the shoulders towards each other, ballooning the heart up and away from the knees. Feel the strength of your back body supporting this posture. What's going on in your neck and face? Nice, and then release. Take a moment, please. Just let the knees fall together instead of drawing them into the chest. Now, please hang out here or come into wheel next if you'd like to, or another bridge pose if you like. So, yogi's choice, coming into a back bend of some sort, or just taking it easy. Maybe that's your heart opener today. Good. On your next exhale, release back down. Once again, knees fall together, feet go wide, constructive rest pose. Let your spine neutralize. Okay, we're gonna do a twist, kind of like a simple twist, but it's gonna be like a real tight twist. So I want you basically to try to stuff your knees into your right armpit for this next one. So you're gonna draw your knees into your chest and then let them come over to the right and get them as close to your right armpit as you can. I want you to get a really nice stretch in the back, in the muscles of the spine. So you can help draw those knees in with your bottom arm if you like. The top arm, you can extend it over to the left. It's okay if the top shoulder is not on the floor for this one. Another option would be arm comes up back behind you, like the top arm. It's kind of interesting stretch. You get it in the side of the left side now too, the armpit rather. And then head can turn to the left. Even though you're in this kind of tight spot, keep breathing. Let the breath push into those areas that feel confined, expanding those areas, expanding from the inside. Good, and then come on out of it, back to constructive rest. It's kind of like a revolved cannonball, I guess. And we'll do the second side. So knees come in, thighs to chest. Try to stuff those knees into your left armpit. And then finding an arm configuration that feels really satisfying. Maybe out to the right as you turn your head to the right, maybe back behind you. Head turns to the right. One more slow round of breath. Good, and then come on out of it. Back to neutral spine, constructive rest. Hands to belly. Balloon your hands into your belly as you inhale. Exhale, feel yourself sink into the floor. Okay, we're gonna do like a floating cobbler's pose. You're gonna draw your knees into your chest. Take the knees wide, feet together, moving that direction. Reach between the legs, grab a hold of the ankles, and gently guide the knees open with your elbows, pulling the heels towards the groin. Now, for some, this is plenty. For others, maybe you'd like to interlace your fingers around the outside of the feet and let those arms be like tethers to help draw the shoulders away from the ears. Keep swinging those knees open. Relaxing your low back into the earth. Continue to belly breathe here. Good. And then from here, I'd like you to grab your inner heels and come into happy baby with the toes turning out, grabbing those inner heels. It's a little bit different than regular happy baby. I want to give your hips some space to open, your knees some space to go wider. And then go ahead and release. Extend your arms and legs, preparing for relaxation pose. We'll take relaxation pose for about 2 or 3 minutes. Feel free, if you're more comfortable sitting up in a meditation posture, you could meditate instead, but give yourself that gift of 3 minutes of silence of integration. Take a deep breath. If you can stay longer in your relaxation pose or meditation posture, please do. If you need to move on with the rest of your day, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And then take a big morning stretch. And then pulling the knees into the chest, rolling to one side. Use your arms to push yourself up to a comfortable position of your choice. We'll meet with our palms together in front of our heart. And just taking note of how you're feeling right now. If you were able to cultivate any benefits from your yoga practice today, I invite you to think of someone that you want to give these benefits to. Imagine you could package them up and send them out on the breath. Who would you give them to? Maybe someone who's having a hard time. See them clearly where you think your friend may be in their day. And we'll gather up this goodness on an inhale and we'll send it out on an exhale. Big breath in, send it out. See them breathing easier, feeling relaxed, connected, grounded, centered, strong. Thanks so much for your practice today.